Hello, I'm Captain Bowie, and today we're going to be talking about something that is not very pleasant for boaters. Hurricane evacuation. Yeah, if you live anywhere around where hurricanes frequent, this is detestable by boaters. So, I'm going to keep this introduction fairly short today. This is not a tutorial or an instructional video. This is merely a description of what I have done probably the last 2 or 3 times I've evacuated. So we're going to go over some simple basics. Number 1, enough fuel. Make sure you top off your fuel tank and maybe even take some extra. If you're a sailor, you probably won't be using your sails very much for hurricane evacuation. Also, after the storm, we don't know what's going to be available for fuel in the near future. So you don't want to be worried about that. Line. Plenty of line, boat line. I take at least 400 feet. That sounds like a lot, right? Well, think of it this way. I have 2 bow cleats and I have 2 stern cleats. The particular place I go, I try to get there early enough where I can tie my bow off to trees and my stern off to trees. So that's 200 feet on the port cleat, 100 feet on the starboard bow cleat. Same thing for the stern. 100 feet on one of the cleats, 100 feet on the other. That gives me plenty of room where I go to set up. Here's the thing for me that has been critical, that I failed numerous times. Early preparation. Leave early. What do I mean by leave early? For me, that is before the mandatory evacuation is. I know, that sounds terrible. Who wants to leave before they have to, before its mandatory evacuation's been called? Here's the problem. What happens after the mandatory evacuation has been called? Pandemonium, traffic, hectic evacuation. It's terrible. Anxiety raises, stress. That's what makes it so unenjoyable. If you leave early, you can alleviate a lot of that stress and anxiety. You can get to your location, hopefully early enough, after you've tied up and secured your situation. You have a day or 2 to embellish on your tie-up. That makes a big difference. What's the downside of leaving early? False alarm. Guess what? I'll take that any day. Okay, you get the phone call, the hurricane has turned and changed directions. Well, you wasted your time? No. Break out a bottle of wine, put a ribeye steak on the grill up in the bayou, wherever you are, and celebrate your good fortune. That makes the trip way less stressful and more pleasurable than it would be if you left too late. So I hope you enjoy this video, and better yet, I hope you get something out of it. turning off the river into a hurricane sanctuary. And there's my spot. Good old bowling knot. Wonderful thing about these knots is no matter how much force, how many pounds is put on it, all you do is undo that part right there. Undo it. Break the back, so to speak. These knots, the people that invented these knots, I tell you, woo! They're like the people that invented fire. Amazing geniuses. The Silver Eagle survives another one. Ida. Praise the Lord. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Better yet, I hope you got something out of it. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe.